Nick, are you ready?
I'm ready. Lay it on me.
All right. That's what you said. What happens when you get monkey DNA mixed with human DNA?
I'm not gonna say anything. Go on.
You get kicked out of the zoo. But
Good one.
welcome to Racing Home Podcast. We're joined by myself, Fez Bobber, and Nick Ageter. Nick,
What's up, guys?
how was your weekend? Oh, actually, before you want to shout out a sponsor.
Sponsor. So this week, Cobb has released tuning for the Honda Civic Si, the current generation. So quick shout out to them as being a sponsor for me. And if you got Honda Civic Si, reach out to them.
All right.
What do you got?
On my end, I got Inertia Lab. I'm running their coilovers, their Nitron coilovers, tuned by Inertia Lab. They've been a huge help this year, trying to help me set up the coilovers too. So if you need any coilovers, hit them up or hit me up for Marisa Motorsports, and I can set you up too.
There you go. Awesome. Okay, so since we last spoke, Fez, there's been some news. There's been some stuff that have come out, been announced.
You don't want to get into your weekend?
Oh, you want to? Okay, I'll get into the weekend. Shit,
Yeah,
what did I do?
I don't
No,
know.
I really don't. I don't have very much for the weekend. I was in Dallas helping my mother get her new
Well,
home.
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So Friday, Carol and I, we drove up to Dallas. My mother on Friday closed on her new home, so congrats to her. So the weekend was filled with doing some little touch-ups on her new to her home. It's a used home built in 2018, but we're doing some touch-ups and yeah, just helped her around the new house and helped her with packing up the old house. So she will be moving out of my childhood home and into effectively her retirement home. That's literally all I did for. Ooh, okay. Here's some car content from this weekend.
Okay.
I was able to bring home a new tool chest. I'm so excited. So I finally have in the garage a tool chest for actually like putting my tools in drawers, and I don't see them. So the garage doesn't look nearly as cluttered or as messy. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, pretty excited about that kind of organization. Because the other news from the weekend is my LSD has finally arrived over at JSC Performance, and so Brian is shipping it over to me now. So should be here very very soon, and I can use those new tools or not new tools. I can use a tool chest and begin working on pulling the transmission out of the Focus.
Nice.
I'm not
So,
looking for this at all.
couple points.
Okay,
Um, I think tool chest is a great investment. You know, when I got
agreed.
mine, it helped me significantly, but my garage is cluttered again. I just need to reorganize it. Um, since I drove down from Chicago, like after I just kind of threw everything everywhere, I need to clean my garage this weekend. That's my goal.
Nice.
Um, second thing, uh, does it make you sad that your mom's moving out
Not
from your
really.
childhood home?
I mean, we all got to move on at some point. I mean, the way I see it is all of our lifetimes are kind of like chapters. So, like,
Mhm,
I don't think any of us should be stuck on a single spot or location, a single storyline.
mhm,
So, I mean, is it sad? Mm, I wouldn't say sad, but nostalgia was setting in, like packing and stuff. Like, you open up a drawer, you start going shuffling through
mhm,
stuff, and then you see a photo and start reminiscing about the memories. You talk over to Carol about the story behind the photo or behind the item, and then all of a sudden 30 minutes is gone. Like crap, I'm supposed to like kill this drawer in 5 minutes.
hmm,
So it was more nostalgia, but at the same time, she's still gonna be living in the same city.
mhm,
So I will still be able to look at the home of whoever owns it next if I
mhm,
really want to reminisce about it that much.
mhm.
Plus, what's nice is that all my high school friends that are still living out there in Dallas, you and others, well, college for you, I can still see everybody. So I'm not when I come to Dallas, I'll still be in the same area. So I'll still be accessible to the same friends, shops,
Mhm.
restaurants. Yeah, so it'll be fine. It'll still be the same bed I go home or we sleep in, just with different colored walls.
Hmm.
That'll be it.
It's a good way to put it.
Yep, financially it'd be a lot better for her. Cheaper utility bills, cheaper insurance. Um, plus
Easy to
she's
take care of.
yeah. Oh, dude, it's so easy. So this 55, she's moving into a 55 and up community. So the
Mhm,
entire home, and I assume every home in that community, is built with the mentality that it's going to be taken care of by someone who potentially would be in a wheelchair. Everything is accessible by a wheelchair. Like all the light switches are lower. The air filter for the HVAC unit, you can open up this one door and it's down there at ground level. Super easy for maintenance, which will be good for her for the next who knows 20, 30. Medicine gets better 40 years. Yeah, that's cool. And the backyard, she loves gardening, so the backyard is a blank slate for her. There's absolutely no shrubs, there's no plants, there's nothing. It's just grass. So for
Hmm.
her, it's a blank slate to go and build up a garden the way she's always dreamed of.
That's good,
Very
man. I'm really
cool.
happy for her. I wish the air filter stuff was also ground floor for every house because I hate going into the attic.
Yeah, I'm jealous because we have to crawl up into the attic, and in the summertime when it's 100
Yeah.
degrees outside, that attic feels like it's 150.
Yeah, I would love to talk about that for a solid hour, but I feel like I don't want to sound like, old people
Same.
complaining about going to the attic.
How was your
Um,
weekend?
it was good, man. So I actually was in Vegas this past weekend for Supras in Vegas. So to those of you who
Nice.
are not familiar, Supras in Vegas is a yearly event that is yeah, there's Supras there. A bunch of Supras from, Celica Supra days to Mark threes, Mark fours, and Mark fives, the new ones. Um, and it's supposed to be they try to turn it into like a GR festival type of thing, but it's like the origination of it is Supra, so it's very heavy on Supra still. I was excited to go out there because there was supposed to be like a dyno day on Friday, a car show on Saturday, and then track day on Sunday. And Toyota's a huge sponsor of that event, so we wanted to go out there to kind of understand what the customers think, customers are looking for in their cars, or why if they like the new Supra, or if they think this is a BMW, like, or would they be interested in the, like
Mhm.
future cars and whatnot, right?
Mhm.
So Dino Day got canceled midway through because someone did a burnout or something. The cops showed up and they shut it down, even though they had permits. Um, Track Day got canceled because of insurance reasons or something like that. And so it was just a car show that people showed up for, which was insane to me. And I was like, they said
Hmm.
he had like a huge apology on the Instagram account about it, and people were like complaining. They were like, "You could have done better." Like people drove from all across the country to get to this point.
Mhm.
And like, it was just for a car show. Uh, Yeah, like people are diehard Supra guys, man. It's insane. People, I met like 6 or 7 people, or for 6 or 7 different cars, let's say, and their friends that showed up, all from Canada.
Oh my god,
Like,
that's a
so
heck of a haul.
a heck of a haul to come to Vegas just for a car show. People, so they were pissed, as you should
Yeah.
be, that the track day got canceled and whatnot. But yeah, it was insane, and people are definitely diehards. They were like, like the Mark V Supra is not a real Supra; it's a BMW, and like that type of comments. I heard a lot of them,
Mhm.
because they were like, yeah, just wait 5 years, and then it'll chime. Like a BMW chime, all of the lights will be turned on from like the check engine light and whatnot, because of the BMW, how BMW reliability issues. And I was like, well, the car's been out for 5 years already, like
Yeah.
it's still going pretty strong.
Yep.
Personally, this is my personal opinion, not non-biased car opinion. I think the Mark V Supra, the A90 Supra that exists in the market right now, is a great car,
Oh,
as
I
proven
100%
by
agree. Yes.
as proven by Jackie Ding and everyone else, right? Like it's done phenomenally. Yes, it's a BMW partnership product, but like it doesn't mean it's not a bad car or it's not a good car, right?
Yeah. Yep, I completely agree. What's amazing about the Supra is that I think if you were to hide the badge,
Hmm.
most people would say it's a great car. Separate aside that whether it's Toyota or BMW, it is a fantastic car.
Yeah.
And if having joint efforts is
Hmm.
what it's going to take to bring these fun cars to market and make
Hmm.
them financially reasonable or accessible,
Hmm.
then do it. Like, do it with the Supra, do it with the 86 twins.
Hmm.
I'm surprised we don't see more of this because, in a way, I feel like the Z maybe could have, like, would be slightly better car if Nissan had someone else to help them with developing the car. Do you feel that way? I don't know. I feel like the Z, because it's people are currently complaining about the Z,
Hmm.
saying that it's a 370Z with more power. So, like, are the people complaining about the Supra being part BMW? Are they really happy with the Z being all
Hmm.
Nissan? But then I feel like I look at the two cars, and those cars are kind of showing the pros and cons of going either direction.
Yeah, and so I think the 400Z or Z, they gave what people what they wanted, right? People wanted a twin turbo engine, right?
Yep.
And they got that, and they made the 370Z more modern, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Yep.
chassis is old, but they gave people what they wanted. But the thing was, the market itself had moved on much more, right? Like the Supra is much
Mm,
better because it's brand new chassis, brand new development, right?
yep.
Um,
I will give my one more thing to the Z is that, like, from what I've been hearing, personally, I've never driven it,
mhm,
but from what I've heard from friends, is that the Z, powertrain wise and chassis wise, like they love it, but then like there are still those like Nissan things about it that are kind of take away from the joy.
mhm,
So it just makes me wonder, is like, if Nissan could have done the great things they can do, but
mhm,
then partner with someone else to fill those like Nissan gaps, the car overall would have been better. But then you would hear complaints again about like, oh, it's not a true Z because
mhm,
Lotus or whoever worked on the car as well. And to me, it's like I would rather make a great product. If that required two different chefs in the kitchen, okay, so
mhm,
be it. But it's a great product. That's what I want, and that's how I look at the Supra. It's
mhm.
a superior product, in my opinion, for being a real drive 6-cylinder car.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. And you know what the funny thing is? So I'm gonna go back to like the old Mark IV, Mark III Supra owners, right? That were complaining about being a big BMW.
Hmm.
People are gonna come at me with stakes on this. I think the Mark IV Supra was a shitty car. It did not make a lot of power stock, right?
Nope,
It was really heavy, really big overhangs. It could not handle very well. All it's known for is because it was in Fast and Furious and it can
agreed.
handle like 1,000, 2,000 horsepower, whatever it is. And the only reason it can really handle that much power is because it was a steel block motor. Like, like it's not
Yeah,
technically advanced or anything.
you got me thinking.
What?
Have you ever seen a Mark IV Supra doing time attack or even GLTC time attack? Let's do time attack.
In the US, no, I don't think so. But
I don't think I've ever seen it either.
well, yeah, because it's not it's first of all, it's like over six figures for that car. Who the fuck is gonna do time attack in a six-figure plus car?
True, true.
Well, I mean, people do time attack in over six-figure plus cars, but those cars have parts readily available. Yeah, but like a Supra Mark
Yeah,
IV does not have parts readily available, and it costs that much.
yep. When you were bringing up the financial cost of it, I was like, all right, let's leave Jason Kanakri out of this. Everybody else who has a reasonable salary.
Yeah. No, I mean
Yeah.
even like Jackie and all those guys that they're running with the Supras or M2s or whatnot. They have a lot of money in their cars.
Mhm.
You know,
I do.
so the money I guess is not that big of an issue, but still, it's the rarity of the car. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just not a good car. It's heavy and it's slow from factory, at least.
Agreed.
To
All right.
me,
So
the best Supra is the BMW Supra.
I agree, and that's what the market is showing right now. And then we see that all over. Like you see it in drag racing, you see it in time attack,
Hmm.
you see it at autocross events. Like it's a really good car for multiple forms of motorsport.
Yeah.
Truth be told.
Yeah.
The purists, okay, if you want a pure Supra, go buy $100,000 MK4.
How much would you pay for a Mark IV Supra?
Not 100 grand. Stock one, like complete
Sure.
stock, 100,000 miles. In my mind, probably 30 to 40.
Okay.
How
That's
much
about
are they going for?
over six figures.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's about what I would pay for it too. Like if I would not pay that much for the Supra.
Yeah,
Okay,
and what did you see? Chris's BMW M3 for sale this past week?
Chris Mayfield.
No. Well, that's another BMW M3. No, Chris Nance. So his
Oh yeah.
blue M3 from college. He sold it
Mhm,
to a college friend, and then that college friend for the past about 4 years, like, did a lot of work to it to clean it up and make it nice again.
mhm,
So he completely redid the interior, ripped out all the tan and gray interior,
mhm,
put black interior, no rips at all in the seats, black headliner. It looked incredible. I think the car had 136,000 miles,
mhm.
and he listed it for about 17 to 18K, and it sold. So let's assume he got asking price 18K E36 M3. That's quite clean, like so clean I would actually be willing to drive that. I would prefer that over an MK4 Supra, stock for stock. And this M3 was stock, no leaks, and it's half the cost of no, well, half the cost of what I already quoted. What I really think is a bloated price for an MK4 Supra.
So two things. I saw that car for sale and it sold very quickly. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Um, Second, so you're saying is BMW makes better sports cars than Toyotas?
Now they're coming after me with pitchforks, the super people. But yes, that is what I'm saying.
um,
I like how you pulled that out,
yep,
linked
yep.
it up.
I mean, it's
Mm.
I should not. If I get fired to next week, you guys know why. But yes, BMW does make better cars than Toyota does right now. Um, but yeah, so that was my weekend. Did a lot of interviews there. I did some announcements and whatnot. And then
Sweet.
Sunday, I went out to the mountains of Vegas. I went to
Nice.
a ski resort, which obviously it's not ski season, but it was like really nice twisty roads. Went out there with the Supra and GR Corolla, took some rolling shots out there, did a chairlift tour. They also have mountain biking there, when you can like rent a mountain bike and go up with the chairlift and then kind of mountain bike downhill. I really wanted to do that.
Dude, let's set it up. Let's do a trip like that. Ooh, we could do that if we do Lime Rock next year. Do
Oh,
something over in the Smokies. I'm sure they got lifts or mountain biking trails out there. That would be so much fun. I started picking up mountain biking again, going to the gym.
mhm.
I started riding the bike. So totally down.
Hold on, hold on. How did you pick up mountain biking by going to the gym?
I ride the bike to the gym.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you talked about like you had the stationary bikes that you ride at the gym. And I was like, that's not the
I know, I
same.
know. Basically, I was looking. My coworkers and I were talking about BMI, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder where my BMI is for my age and my weight and my height." I am literally on the bloody edge of like 3 different BMI results, indicating to me
Mhm.
that I'm like about to roll over into overweight. I was like, okay, I need to go and pick up some cardio. I need to start shedding some weight, or at very minimum, stop my weight gain. So,
BMI is the worst way to check your health. It
agreed,
is
but
the most inaccurate.
true.
Like,
But it's another index that I want to be in the green.
yeah, but you're not overweight, dude.
I starting to feel a little bit more like the Pillsbury Doughboy. I
You
want to
have
stop that.
you have muscle, like
Yes,
a
on the arms, but
super.
not in the stomach. I don't have abs.
Okay, that will come eventually.
Well, I gotta get rid of the fat first so you can see the abs.
Mm.
So that's what I'm working on. I just gotta do
It,
more cardio in general, and I love biking
mm.
anyways.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'd be down to do a Vegas trip if you want to do that. I'm gonna
Ye
be out there for SEMA again, so if you want to fly out, we can do like a little weekend
Ooh,
trip.
when's SEMA?
November.
November, what weekend?
I don't know, like the first or second weekend.
We'll talk offline. We'll talk offline.
Okay. All right. It's Vegas tickets are cheap from Dallas, so we can just
Yeah,
fly out there, do like a weekend trip to Vegas, and do like the mountain biking thing, and then drive back or fly back.
fly back.
Dude, you know what you
Um,
can do? You know what you
hmm?
can do? If you want to do a weekend trip to Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
we can do the mountain biking thing, and then we can go to Death Valley.
Tempting. All right, let's talk about that offline.
Okay. All right.
I
All
don't
right.
think people
All right.
want to talk about our trips
Anyways,
planning.
Nick. So, as what do you want to talk about today?
Okay, so hot news in the past week: tires. The tire wars are supposedly heating up. The Super 200 Tread War.
Mhm.
Let me say that again.
Tread
Super 200 Tread Wear War.
the 200 Treadwear War. It is hard to say.
Yeah, if you say it fast, I slip
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
So we got 3 new tires. Hoosier,
Mhm.
of course, dropped their incredible new Track Attack Pro tire. Maxxis,
Mhm.
Victra VR2 have dropped. And someone, a big company that goes to all the Grill Life events, Falken, they were at SCCA Solos Nationals, and
Solos.
over Solos Nationals, the Cone Playground, they had an RT660 Plus. So
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on the Track Attack Pro
So
from
first
Hoosiers?
of all, I think they did a great job in marketing because all you heard was about the Track Attack Pro. You did not hear about Maxxis. You did not hear about Falken. Like it was just Hoosier, right? They brought in all the good people. They brought in all the great influencers. Everyone that I follow, that everyone that I've hang out with. Adam Jabay was there. Shout out to him. Um, Please actually do not make this a Club TR tire because I
Mm.
am not that rich. I was just kidding on Facebook, Adam. But yeah, man, I think it has good potential. From what we're hearing, is that it is AO52 quick,
Hmm.
but it is going to be expensive. So I'm not
Yeah,
looking forward to that. Thoughts from you, Nick?
it's going to be a very quick tire. Yeah, I heard the same sentiment. AO52 quick, if not quicker, while also lasting longer, but also very expensive. So, downside for street class peeps in grid life is that they're not forecasting yet to bring out a 255 size. So, all wheel drive people will have to run a 245. And then, even if you're front wheel drive or rear wheel drive, they'll be limited down to 275 instead of running to 85.
Hmm.
But it's gonna be a quick tire. I'm excited to see what kind of lap times people are able to do on this tire. If the sentiment among everybody else is also that it's a quick tire
Hmm.
while lasting a long time, because I already feel that way with the RE71 RS. So I'm looking at this as, is this just simply going to be a faster RE71 RS where it's quick and it can handle that lap time for multiple stints? We'll see.
But I've also heard that it's actually more expensive than the Hoosier R7, which worries me because I'm like that's really expensive. The R7, a full slick, is already very expensive. It being more expensive than a slick is a little iffy for me. Do you think people are gonna actually go and buy this tire?
I think so. When you're already in classes where you're fighting each other for tenths of a second, then a tire
Mm,
that potentially is a whole half second quicker, granted variables with track, vehicle, and driver, but if on average it's around there, at least a tenth quicker, then yeah, people are going to spend that extra $400 or $200 for a set to go and get onto the podium or get further up in their class. 100%.
hmm.
You wouldn't?
If I was rich, yeah.
You're in a fortunate situation in a way that because you're competing in Club TR, it's a spec tire class, and so you don't have to worry about people coming out there with the most expensive tires. You don't have to compete on that level. People supposedly do bring a new set every
Mhm.
event, but that's a different battle.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that Club TR stuff is a little bit different because, yeah, we complain about the RT660 a lot, right? It not
Hmm.
lasting very long, it delaminating, so on and so forth. But it since everyone has to run the same tire, it makes it cheaper for us to run the class, which I mean, yes, everyone complains about, but at the same time, it's nice,
Yep.
you know. So yeah, I'm glad I don't have to worry about that. I do wish that it was like a Kumo V730 class because I've heard it's a better tire and a cheaper tire. Um, but it is what it is. You can't win everything.
What about this other tire, the Maxxis Victor VR2? What if Club TR went to a Maxxis class?
Good point right there. So okay, so for Maxxis, they haven't come out with a new tire in a very long time, right? Like the last one they had was the RC1, I believe. And Jimmy Vidoc with the GR86 competing in NASA and Club TR this year. He runs Maxxis in TT5 and he runs the RT660s in Club TR, as you would know. Um, I think he was at Mid Ohio back to back weekends with Club TR and NASA. He went half a second faster with the RC1 than he did with RT660, even though he was down on power in NASA trim. He still went half a second faster at Mid Ohio, which is a power track. So if that's any indication of the VR2, yeah, I think it's going to be. Wait, hold on a second. Am I thinking about the same tire? Oh shit. Okay, RC1 is a slick.
Oh, so he went half a second faster on a slick tire compared to an RT660.
Yeah, so RC1 is a slick tire. He did go faster, half a second faster than RT660 on that tire. Granted, that tire, that the slick is not the best tire still. It's still a very old and outdated tire, so I wouldn't say it's like anything crazy. The RE71 RS and the AF2 is faster than that tire, but if they can put that RC1 tech or make it even better and put that in the VR2, I have good hope. I have high hopes for that. You know, like if it can be, let's say, half a second faster than the RT660 and cost about half as much, not half as much, but like a little bit less, around the same, and has better tire characteristics, yeah, it's still a great tire. I think it's going to fit in very well in the budget tire class, where with the RT660, V730, the Nexon, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I agree. I think really what it's going to come down to for me, for deciding to use a VR2, is that it would need to be putting down at least the same lap times as an RE71 RS because that's what I already run and I absolutely love the tire.
Hmm.
Um, it would save me $30 per tire, so $120 for a set, which is why
Hmm.
I'm saying like $120 for a set, and a set already is lasting me a whole year. Then that means the VR2 for me to like consider it, it needs to be at least as fast. And if it's not, then like whatever, I'll spend the $120 knowing that
Hmm.
I'm running on a faster tire. Now the Hoosier for the
Hmm.
same size of the VR2, it's $100 more at $399. So, but it's a potentially a
Wait,
really really
it's
good set.
$100 more than the RE71, or is it $100 more than the VR2?
$100 more than the VR2, $70 more than the RE71 RS for a tire size
Sheesh.
that I would be able to run on my car on the
Yeah.
phone. So,
So what I'm curious about
mhm,
is how, I mean, the Hoosiers most likely going to be banned in GLTC, right? Like,
yeah, and
if RE,
SCCA,
yeah, because it doesn't have the tire depth.
correct.
Uh, but yeah, because like if AO52 and RE71 is banned in GLTC, I'm assuming the Hoosiers going to be banned too, since it's just as fast, if not faster.
Yeah,
Where does how
definitely.
would the VR2 do? That's what I'm curious about.
I only time will tell once people start running the tire and seeing
Mhm.
how quick what kind of lap times it can do, if it can maintain relative pace for a 15-20 minute GLTC race,
Mhm.
and it's nothing crazy compared to an RT660 or Kumo or Nexon. Those are the tires that GLTC can run, right?
Uh-huh.
Then yeah, I don't see why the VR2 would not be allowed if it's comparable. Hoosier, probably won't be allowed if yeah. I can't see the Hoosier being allowed unless the RE71 RS and the AO52 is also allowed into GLTC. I just can't see it happening.
I agree. I think there's no doubt the Hoosiers probably not going to be allowed. But I'm really really curious. Is VR2 the next tire for GLTC?
Potentially, we'll have to ask our GLTC friends.
Let's find out on
But
the next episode of
but
Dragon Ball Z.
but there's a third tire, the RT660 Plus, which I haven't heard anything about. The only reason I know about this tire is because apparently it was at Solo Nats. So everyone who was at Solo Nats and went by the Falcon booth and then looked very closely at the sidewall of this RT660,
Mm-hmm.
it had a little plus sign.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that means that Falcon is. I don't know. I haven't seen any actual substance of this, so I don't know how true it is. But I've heard from multiple sources, so it has to be something that's real.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if it is real, so now we're in full on speculation mode. What do you think it is, and what would you hope for from Falcon?
So I actually do know what it is, I think.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so I was talking to the Falcon reps at Road America, and I was just talking about how like it's not the best tire, right? Like there's issues with the delamination and whatnot. Like that's all I really talked about and get into too much detail with them because I don't want to roast their tire in front of them too much.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yeah, well, we're coming out with the new tire. That's what they told me back then. And it's supposedly going to fix the delamination issue. It's like it was a manufacturing issue. I think that's what they said. So they changed the compound a little bit and changed the manufacturing process to make it a better tire to withstand the delams, like or fix the
Mm-hmm.
delam issue. I don't know, and I don't think it's going to be any faster. It'll just last longer. That's the only hope.
Makes sense. And
Yeah.
I that was my only complaint with the RT660. I think for the price, the pace that it had compared to the RE71, it
Hmm.
was sufficient. Like I thought it was. good value. Still a really quick tire. I just had a problem with the delamination that it was ripping itself apart long before the tread and the tread depth and the heat cycling had ever like actually gone down to shit. And so I was replacing my RT660s not because of heat cycling issues or tread depth, purely
Mhm.
because of delamination, which is really
Mm.
frustrating after 2 or 3 events. And I'm saving money running the RE71 RS, and it's quicker.
Yeah. No, I mean, even right now, like the RT660, it heat cycles out after 2 events. It's not competitive after 2 events, so you should buy a new tire every 2 events, and it's expensive. It's not cheap, you know?
Mhm.
Um, so, yeah, like, there's a point where the RT660, when it first launched, I remember I bought a set of 255 4017s for $660 from Six Star Motorsports. And the tire was fast. It was good. It felt really great. Everyone
Mhm.
loved the tire. And then somewhere something changed. They don't admit it, but now the tire, after that, the tire started delaminating. It started not lasting very long. It started heat cycling out pretty quickly, and it only like lasted like 2 or 3 laps. After that, it would just overheat, right?
Right.
And they increased the cost. Now to buy an RT660, I think it's close to like $900 or $1,000, right? That's a
Yeesh.
huge increase
Yep. Hmm.
for the same tire. So with worse characteristics, something changed. They don't agree to it, but something definitely changed in the span, and I don't know if they went through like cost cutting measures and whatnot. But I hope the RT660 Plus goes back to the original compound that everyone speculates how it was, where it lasts longer and it was a little bit more grippy.
Yeah, hopefully. I think if they fix the delamination issues, then it's gonna be a pretty solid lapping day tire once again.
Yeah, shit rain tire. I'll say that.
Yeah, I had my experience with that. It's like driving on ice once it
Yeah.
starts raining.
In my car,
RE71's pretty decent. Yeah,
when I first bought my car, we went on a track day and I had RT660s and it was raining, and Nick said it was a death trap.
agreed.
Granted, it was also your
But
first time on track with a rear-wheel drive car, right?
yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to reconfirm what the cost of an RT60 is for my tire size, a 255 35 18.
Mhm.
It is $280, so it is $60 less than the RE71 RS. And then it's gonna be what, 100 and what does that make, $130 less than the Track Attack Pro? Jesus
Mm.
Christ, the Track Attack Pros from Hoosiers are expensive. Oh man. All right. So that's the tire news. That's all I got. That's all my understanding is. I'm excited. 2025 is gonna be lit. I'm not gonna be doing grid life as much, but I'm excited to see how it does among competitors for
Me too.
next year.
Excited to see what the tire wars bring us. Supposedly, there's more tires that are coming soon, but we'll see what that brings.
Agreed.
I think Toyo is
Okay,
also coming out with a new tire or something like that. So
that'll be good.
look out for that.
Yep. All right. Part 3 of this podcast. We finally have questions, so I pulled Instagram. Well, not pulled, but I threw up a story asking for some of our followers to go and send us some questions because we haven't done this in quite some time, Fez.
Hmm.
So I'm excited to see what some people are curious about our opinions. I don't know why, but hey, they asked, so we're going to answer them. So, one of the first questions.
Nothing. What's the first question?
So, one of the first questions, more of a joke, but
Okay.
also kind of a curiosity. So, Fez, this is from Jim. He asked, Fez, when are you going to sack it up and do GLTC?
I don't know. The answer is I don't know. I really want to, but I can't get the guts to cage my car. That
so,
is the
so,
answer.
if the car was already caged, would you be doing GLTC next year?
If it was already caged, yeah, I'd be doing GLTC next year.
What is holding you back from caging the car?
Money, I guess. I don't know. It's like 10 grand to cage a car, dude.
Yeah, and then once you cage it, there's no going back. You can't just.
Yeah, and I'm stuck with the car forever, and I don't like this car that much to be stuck with it forever.
True, but at the same time, because it's such a new platform and it's showing to be for like you are showing that at GLTC spec for power to weight, the car is
Mhm,
putting down lap times that are competitive for qualifying times in GLTC. So I think even if you go into cage it and
mhm,
compete and then realize it's not for you and decide to sell it as a caged GR86,
mhm,
I think there's going to be a decent number of people that are interested in that platform, especially as like more S2000s get thrown into walls every
mhm.
weekend. It may hold its value as a race spec GR86.
But I don't think it'll hold that much value. Like, I think I could maybe sell it for
And
35 grand, you know?
whereas if you didn't do it, how much would you sell it for?
I can sell it to Carvana now for like 25, 26 grand and part it out for another 15 grand.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're okay. You are losing money. You theoretically would lose money, but you're not losing everything.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I guess mm,
I'm on
yeah.
Jim's side here. I'm trying to like egg you on.
Yeah, I guess I would lose like 5 grand, 5, 10 grand if I was to cage it and then sell it as is.
Yeah.
Um, hmm.
Something to think about. All right, so there we go. Fez is going to hopefully find some cojones and do it before next year.
We'll see. We'll
All
see.
right. All right. Grid FK8.
Mhm.
All these questions don't have actual names. I'm just going off their Instagram names.
Mhm.
Oh, this is Cody. Oh shoot, I hope his name is Cody. I think his
Yeah.
name is Cody. Grid FK8 on Instagrams ask, do you think the new Hoosier Track Attack Pro is going to be the new Hot Boy tire next season?
Yes.
Yes. I think we already touched on that quite a bit, and I think it's going to be for the classes that do allow it. For the organizations, Grid Life being one of them, that allows it, then yes.
Mhm.
Oh, that made me so SCCA in autocross and in time trials will not allow it because the tire depth is too thin. It's 530 seconds instead of being 730 seconds.
Mm.
In grid life, it would only be allowed in street classes and above. And
Which is all the
then
classes.
it wouldn't. Hmm?
Which is all the classes. So you the only class
All but two.
it won't be allowed in was Club TR and Sunday Cup.
Yeah, or GLTC.
Yeah, 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 you're right.
And then, but also global time attack. It won't be legal there because they have a sponsorship with Yokohama. Don't they still have the requirement that you must run AO52s?
I don't think they do anymore.
Oh, then never mind. Okay, so theoretically it would be illegal. I think.
Yeah.
I don't run Super Lap Battle anymore. I did it once and it was great, but too rich for my blood.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a new Hot Boy tire. It's pretty good.
Mhm.
Okay, S2K Min. When is Fez going to buy an E92?
So that's
Where's that
Minquan.
BMW? Yep.
Uh, is our buddy Tan just bought Chris Mayfield's car, his E92 M3. So
Mm-hmm.
now I guess I'm the second person because I love E92 M3s, as everyone knows. Um, but I don't want to bind up my money right now, so probably not soon. Well, that's all I'll say. One day.
I am very excited to see what Tan can do with Chris Mayfield's M3. I'm so excited he got it.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, he got it for a great price. The car came with AP Racing brakes. The brakes alone are 10 grand. Like,
Yep.
those brakes cost more than Tanza 2000. You know? So, I think he got a great deal.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who don't know Chris Mayfield, which I don't know how you don't know him, he's such a legend among motorsports in all reaches. He had an E92 M3. He competed in 2021 Super Lap Battle. He had a Zebulon Arrow installed in it at the time, and I think he podium. I'm pretty sure he podium at Super Lap Battle, and
Mm.
yeah, phenomenal car. Excited for Tan. Excited to see where he takes that car. All right, next question. Back to Jim. He has two questions. What happens when you mix human DNA with goat DNA? So we already know what happens with bears. What happens with goat DNA?
What we know what happens with monkey, sorry. It's monkey DNA.
Sorry, monkey DNA.
I feel like
What
monkey was a
happens with
little
goat DNA?
racist for me to say that. I should have just said any other animal but monkey, but I said monkey.
Well,
What
that's what keeps this podcast spicy, Fez.
That's what the joke actually was, okay? But, what happens when you mix human DNA with goat DNA? I think that's when Michael Jordan is born. You mix human with goat, and you get greatest of all time, Michael Jordan. All right,
Case closed.
this goes.
Nice. All right, Scott Robertson with Robertson's Racing on Instagram. He asked, "What do you both find most challenging and rewarding about competing on track?"
I like this question. Nick,
Me
I'll let
too.
you answer first.
Rewarding friendship. Honestly, that's why I'm going all the way out to oh man, but that's like more specific to grid life. As far as in general competing, I think for me it's the fact that I've finally found a form of competition that I'm relatively decent at. You and I have kind of spoken out about this, but like our childhoods, I'm speaking for myself. I'll speak for myself real quick.
Mm,
I was never really good at anything. I was never at like the top 10%,
hmm
except for GPA wise. But like when it came to sports, never was good at that. Any kind of board games or video games, I enjoyed them, but I was never truly good at it to where I could be like, yeah, I can come to be in the top 10% or be among around the podium. Racing is the outlet where I found that I'm actually decent at it. Am I fantastic? No. But I'm among there and it's really, really fun chasing that next lap time. It's
hmm
really cool that to me for racing, competing in racing is the fact that it's all on me when I'm out there. I'm not relying on a team. It's just me. And that's both frustrating sometimes, but it's rewarding when I do accomplish it because up until this year, I had no sponsorships or partners. It was
hmm
just me working on the car day in and day out, and it's really, really cool seeing that it come to fruition and see as well as I did this year. Um, and now I'm progressing further because of partnerships with Cobb, with JST, and with Damon Motorsports. That's the rewarding side. I didn't really speak on the challenging side, but I'll let you go and give your 2 cents on what is it about that's most challenging and rewarding about racing.
Yeah, man. I mean, just like you, growing up, I wasn't really good at anything, right? Like we moved from Pakistan here when I was like 12 years old, so I had to relearn how to do a lot of things. And my parents never put me in sports because that's something that they didn't know about. And I really wanted to be in sports, I just was never good at it. I was never the first one to get picked, and all that stuff. Even now, I'm playing pickleball with some friends, and I suck. I absolutely suck, and I feel bad for playing with them. But like motorsports was one thing that I quickly realized that okay, I think I'm good at this, right? But I
Hmm.
wanted to prove to myself and to me to prove to myself like I wanted to get podiums. And the day I got first place at Laguna Seca, I cried. I absolutely cried afterwards. I called my mom and I cried on the phone. Because like it wasn't just that I was proving to myself, I was proving to a lot of other people that didn't like kind of believe in me that I was like, this is worth it. Um, like someone told me when I was in high school, and I was trying to choose my career path, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to do mechanical engineering because I wanted to learn about cars and I wanted to learn how they work and I wanted to work in automotive and all that. Someone told my parents that you should not let him do mechanical engineering. He should be going to like accounting or becoming a doctor or whatnot. He's not really into cars like that. He just wants to drive them. He doesn't want to work on them and whatnot. And I like took that to heart. I was like, I love cars, right?
Hmm.
I want to do this forever. And like that frame, that word, that sentences that he mentioned at that time, like it just stuck in my brain, and I did it regardless, and I'm like, doing
Hmm.
exactly what he thought I wouldn't be doing. Um,
That's pretty empowering. That's pretty cool.
so yeah, that was the rewarding part for me is like being able to prove to myself that I am capable, I can go fast, I am actually good at something, and um, yeah, like to see it all come together as you said, and like it's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort that goes into getting the car on to track or on track, and then a lot of support goes into it too, and like see it come through, come together, like everything just clicking, when you get into that
Yep.
flow state of mind and it just everything every corner just feels beautiful,
Hmm.
you know? And that's what's rewarding to me. Aside from like the friendships and the people that you get to hang out with. That's like the chef's kiss, right? But
Agreed.
the flow state of mind, we're not thinking about anything else. You're just on track and every corner just feels amazing.
Yeah. I will add to mine real quick, instant gratification.
Yeah.
So, lapping, you can see how well you did.
Mhm.
At most, at Coda is what, a 2.5 minute lap time? 2:20 if you're doing some really cool magic with your car. Chasing that next lap time, then the next lap time, doing better and better, and I love seeing progress instantly and knowing, "Okay, that was faster. I know why it's faster. Let's go work on the next part of the track. Let's go fix that one corner." So, that is something that I find very rewarding.
Yeah. No, for sure. The instant gratification is definitely something that's in there. So what do you find challenging about competing?
Time off. The hardest thing about, like, what's preventing me from competing more
Mhm,
is having PTO, enough PTO to go out and do these events.
mhm,
Financially, I'm very fortunate that between Carol and I, we can do this. And so, finances aside, if I had more money, the car would be faster, sure. But like as it is, I can attend these events. What is
mhm,
limiting me and challenging me from doing more competition is simply PTO. If I really want to get into like a single day, like all right, you're at the track. What is the most challenging thing about competing that day?
mhm,
Then I don't have an aim, so I really need to work on that. I need to go
mhm.
and get an aim so I can really finesse and do a lot more data review. So what's challenging to me right now is I don't have enough data to see where the next gap is in my driving. But I hopefully will fix that soon.
Hmm.
How about you?
For me, it's the prep side of things, the modifying the car. I think that's the most challenging. Like, I have had a very challenged season, I would say, with
Mm-hmm.
that changed a lot in the car, and it didn't go as I wanted it to go, right? The only track I PB'd at this year was Mid-Ohio, and I think that's probably because I repaved it. Um, and yeah, I think it was very challenging to go through every single step of the way, be on the phone with Chris Hagan from Inertia Lab, be like, "Hey, this is what the car this is what's going on. This is how the car is behaving." Like it was very, very challenging to even get the car to somewhat be better this year. Um, and but I enjoy that in a way that, like, it was very frustrating. It is still very frustrating, but to me, okay, well, now I have to, like, sit down, reanalyze, and, like, think about everything, and then to come up with solutions, creative ways to solve the problem that I had at hand. And I think that I enjoyed the process, I guess, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Frustrating, but it's very challenging. But those challenges of, like, going 3 4 seconds, I think it was 3 seconds, 3 seconds slower at rev up, 2 seconds slower at Mid Ohio, or not Mid Ohio, sorry, at a Midwest festival. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's frustrating. I was really pissed. I was really annoyed, and the rotor exploding, pissed off. And getting, like, day in, day out, like, working on the car, it's challenging. It sucks, but it makes you better at the end of the day.
Yep, agreed. Plus, in a way, it's really good for your business too.
Mhm.
Because people do reach out to you for advice, and this was another challenge that you kind of persevered through. And now the car is doing a whole lot better. And now, when someone has a similar issue, you have a better stance and a better understanding of what they can do to make their car better because you've gone through it yourself.
Yeah.
So, overall, I think it's kind of a win. It was a setback, but at the same time, I think you are going to do a whole lot better because of it.
I think it helped me become a better driver too, because I had to drive around those problems and those issues, right? Like, I had to learn how
Yeah.
to redrive the car a little bit, um, to make it go faster.
Yeah, true. Okay, so a local competitor to you in Club TR, ignition.red.brz. Do you know his
Mhm.
name? Is
I
that
think that's
Dan?
Adam.
No, that's Adam. Okay, so Adam. Let's assume it's Adam on Instagram, ignition.red.brz. He asked, why does Fez disgrace us with those unequal linked headers? Kissy face emoji.
Okay, so first of all, it has a Subaru motor, and we all know the original Subaru sound is the unequal length header sound. Okay, so it's not a disgrace.
But hold on, but that's only true in America because only in America did we have the unequal linked headers on the WRX. So over in like Europe and Japan, they will actually go and install unequal link to go and get that rumble. It is an American it was a band-aid. It's not like Subaru didn't do it for performance or for sound. They did it because it's the only way this engine is going to be packaged.
Well, I learned something new today.
Oh, okay.
So, well, I did not know that. But it sounds good when you hear it, the Subaru rumble. You automatically go to Subaru, right? Like that's what you think about.
That's true.
Um, so yeah. However, I just purchased an unequal header, front pipe, and over pipe, so the car's going to be unequal length shortly. Or no, not unequal length,
No,
equal length, equal
equal.
length.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
I
I'm
am
looking
so
forward to
excited.
those. I'm looking forward to that half a horsepower gain. I think you're going to gain a little bit more. Hopefully, it's more like 5 horsepower. You think it'll be that
Yeah,
high?
I think it'd be like three, 3 or 5, 3 to 5. Yeah, yeah, it's stupid.
It's okay. More horsepower, lose some weight in the car, and go eat some salads, and you'll be quicker next year. Okay,
Okay.
so no, that's he just liking. Okay, sorry. AJV347. He asked, "Y'all got any more pre-race hype songs?"
I used to listen to music, but now that I don't have speakers in my car, I can't listen to music anymore. But I would jam out to like chill music, chill house R&B type of music. It'll get me in the mood. It's like not I'm
Mhm.
not looking to get like super pumped or hype. Like I don't want to listen to all I do is wait, or I don't know, whatever. Um, those are the type of songs that like calm me down, but also just hype me up just enough to be able to drive the car great. That's what I listen to in the gym too. Yeah,
Dope. I don't
yeah. What
listen
about
to
you?
any music. I don't listen to any music when I'm getting up to grid. For me, music just gets in the way. I like thinking about the track layout, thinking about the
Mhm.
corners, and just I don't know. I don't need music whenever I head out there. I think it's more of a distraction for me.
Mm.
But when I'm at the gym, my hype music is more kind of like whatever the latest hip hop is or Netflix. I fucking love Netflix. Do you know who they are?
You say Netflix?
Netflix. Neffex.
No, I don't know what that is.
Some white guy, but he does more like he does like EDM, kind of like with rap at the same time. That's a really piss poor way of describing him, but
Hmm.
uh, like loud songs with beats. Yeah, sorry, bro. I don't have any race hype songs. I don't listen to anything. I listen to music when I get off, and I'm all over the place with what kind of genre it is. It actually has a lot more to do with what I'm doing. If I'm driving to an event and I'm
Hmm.
driving through a cornfield, I'm probably listening to country.
Got it.
Yep. All right. So last question. Eddie Siegel, he asked us any major off-season plans, like any kind of sim, etc. So for me, yeah, I'll. It's not really sim. I enjoy Forza. Like I have a set of Corsa, but honestly, I like just hopping into Forza lobby and just going out and playing around with that. Um, what else? Working on the car is happening kind of right now with the transmission, and then doing the ducting to help out with cooling. Other than that, non-racing related off-season plan. I'll be taking my FE exam in December, so I'm currently studying for that one. My
Hmm.
FE chemical review, and holy shit, dude, I've forgotten so much of my material in the past 7 years. I
Hmm.
graduated from college in 2019. That's not even 7 years. Damn it. Been 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah. Feels a little bit longer because I took 2018 from off entirely for my co-op. Yeah, dude. But it is rewarding. Going through the questions and relearning, and then I don't know, just kind of like revisiting what I learned and proving to myself that I can still like answer these problems. So that's my off-season plan. Passing the exam. How about
I
you?
I believe in you. And if you don't pass, don't come home.
Damn. I
Uh,
don't even know if I find out if I pass or not during the test. I don't know if it comes later or if it's right then and there. I think I do know because it's all computer based. You
mm.
take the exam on the computer, so I'm pretty sure I'll find out if I pass before leaving.
Well, if you find
So,
out later, then we'll kick you out of the house.
alrighty, all right,
All right.
all right. How
By
about
we, I
you?
mean
What are plans?
by we, I mean me, Carol, and Ariel. We'll kick you out.
No,
Um.
Ariel will not do that to me. Carol, yes. Ariel, no.
Sorry, I thought of a racist joke. I just can't say it. Um, all right. What's my what's my plan? Um, my plan is get the coilovers revalved, take some maybe a little bit more weight out of the car. I think I'm gonna install in the header and the new exhaust on the car, and then probably gonna go to a carbon drive shaft as well to drop another 10 pounds out of the car. So all in all, it can drop about like 10 to 20 more pounds out of the car. That's all it can really do. Um, and yeah, that's it. That's all the development.
Are you gonna do anything livery wise?
Nope.
Livery's gonna stay the same.
Livery's gonna stay the same because I mean it's a brand new livery. Like I don't want to change it.
Yeah, you did just put it on.
Yeah.
Makes sense. The only reason I asked that is because for myself, I'm gonna be redoing some of the stickers, kind of getting over how the car looks and just meh. Not that I'm
Mhm.
doing a livery, but I'm gonna try to think of something to do in the off season to make it look a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, that's those are all the questions, man.
All
That we
right.
got in like a very short. I mean, I'm glad we got what we got because I basically everyone had what like 6 hours to respond and let us know before it's nighttime, and then the post went away after 24 hours.
Hmm.
Pretty cool. But yeah, thank you everybody for setting your questions. Scott Robertson, his question about challenging and rewarding competing, that was a long one.
Yeah, that was a good one though.
Yeah, it definitely was. And you're gonna find some balls and go into GLTC.
Hot.
All right, man. What are you doing this weekend?
Going to G2 Motorsports Park. I'll be instructing on that track day. So going to see how it goes. It's like a 3.1 mile layout designed by some F1 engineers and whatnot, but currently going bankrupt. We can touch more on it
Yeah,
next podcast.
yeah, dude. I'm excited to hear about that. I want to check out the track, so I'm excited to hear your opinions of it
Mhm.
and hear about thoughts that they could do, what they could do differently to be financially better. But that'll be the next podcast.
Yeah.
For myself, Carol and I, we are painting the office. Her office, it has quite a few blotches on the walls from previous paint jobs from previous owners of the house. So we're finally at the point where, like, you know what? Let's just make it nice, make it all one single coat of paint all the way around.
Mm.
So we're gonna start that tomorrow, and then Saturday going to Coda, doing two karting sessions with some locals like Matt and Yusuf and them, and
Mhm.
then Sunday playing pickleball. So I hear
Hey,
you are not that great, but I probably will suck even more. But hopefully I enjoy it so we can suck together.
there you
That's my
go.
gay.
That's not gay at all. Well, that's it for me, guys. Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to go ahead and go play some pickleball now as well. I'll join back next week. Take care.
Thank you all for listening. Talk to y'all later. Bye.